Have you ever dreamed of leaving your 9 to 5 and diving into a career that's not just profitable, but deeply fulfilling? Imagine transforming lives every day as a coach. Yet here you are, tangled up in decisions about business names and logos. What if I told you that your dream could start becoming a reality much sooner than you think? Today, we're stripping back the complexities of starting your own coaching business. If you're watching this, you're probably eager to step away from your day job and step into a role that impacts lives. Whether you're itching to be your own boss, have recently been let go from a successful career and feel called to give back, or are returning to the workforce looking for something different, starting a coaching business can be the most rewarding adventure of your life. You're not alone in dreaming big. People from all walks of life are considering this path for various reasons. Maybe you long for the freedom from the regular 9 to 5, or perhaps after a break, you've decided it's time for something different. Whatever your circumstances, one thing is clear. The journey to starting your own coaching business is as exciting as it is daunting. But today, let's make the dream a strategic reality. Let's cut through the noise and focus on what really matters to launch your coaching business with minimal fuss and maximum impact. Let's get into it. Welcome, coaches. I'm Jackie Appleby, online business manager, business coach, and your guide on this journey towards not just building a successful coaching business, but creating a transformative one. You want to grow your coaching business while leading your best life, and I share tips, tricks, and strategies to make that dream achievable. With years of experience in the coaching industry, I've worked with countless coaches to help them move from overwhelmed and chaotic into calm and thriving using my Coach to CEO framework. So if you feel like it's time to fish or cut bait, you are in the right place, my friend. So first things first, the leap to full-time coaching requires commitment, and nothing spells commitment quite like setting a concrete date. If you are currently employed, mark the calendar for the day that you will step away and fully immerse yourself in your coaching business. If you are not currently in a full-time job, establishing an official start date for your business is just as crucial. This isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a milestone that marks the beginning of your new journey. Why is this so important? Well, setting this date creates a psychological commitment. It's the line in the sand that says, this is the day I start something great. And reflecting back on this day in the future, you'll see it as the day you truly began to steer your life in a new direction. It's not just about the actions that you take on this day, but rather about signaling to yourself and the world that you're serious about this change. So next, let's talk about simplifying your startup process. You might think you need everything figured out from day one, your services, your pricing, your marketing strategy, but in reality, you need far less to get started. What's crucial is a setup that allows you to begin coaching and earning as soon as possible. We're talking about a minimum viable setup that lets you focus primarily on what matters most at this stage, and that's coaching. We're going to dive into what that setup looks like in a little bit, focusing on how you can begin making an impact without the overhead of a fully fleshed out business plan. For right now, in the next 3 to 6 months, your main focus should be on gaining coaching experience, especially if you are a newer coach. Sure, you'll have other business tasks to handle, and we'll get into those later. But accumulating coaching hours is vital early on. Why? Because in these early stages, your clients are likely to come through word of mouth referrals. And for that, you need to have actually coached some people. It doesn't matter what your business is called, what packages you offer, or what your logo looks like right now. Just start coaching. This focus is also crucial for defining your niche, which will guide everything from your brand development to your service offerings when you're ready to go that route. Without real coaching experience, what you can't know is what you're truly good at. what you enjoy, and most importantly, what value clients derive from your sessions. This clarity is essential, not just for business success, but for standing out in the coaching industry that's not only growing rapidly, but is also highly saturated right now. So remember, it's not about mimicking what others are doing. It's about you discovering and refining your own unique coaching style and approach. As you transition from a side hustle to a full-time coaching business, it's crucial to undergo a significant mindset shift. And this is the second strategy in this process of starting a coaching business. You are not just a coach, you're an entrepreneur who coaches. And this distinction is vital as it changes how you approach every aspect of your business. Forget everything you think you know about being a small business owner, especially if you've always been employed. The entrepreneurial journey is different, and here's how. Firstly, embrace the entirety of what it takes to achieve what you want. In your previous role, you might have had the luxury of delegating tasks you didn't like, or simply not dealing with them at all because they weren't part of your job. But now, as the CEO of your own business, everything ultimately falls on your shoulders. This means getting involved in areas like marketing and sales, financial management, building a support team, managing technology, setting up processes, and creating a stellar client experience. Learning to love these tasks, or at least to handle them effectively, is part of your growth as an entrepreneur. You can't afford a glass half empty mindset or to let your ego get in the way. So while it might be tempting to think, well, it's my business, I can do what I want, successful entrepreneurs know that discipline, rules, and boundaries are essential. Without them, you risk losing focus and potentially blowing everything up. This transition also involves learning to think like a CEO. That means strategic planning, anticipating challenges, managing resources wisely, and making decisions that align with your long-term vision. It's about seeing the big picture and steering your business with a steady hand. So as you step into your role as a full-time coach and entrepreneur, remember that it is more than just a career change. It's a transformation into a leader, a creator, and a visionary. Your mindset should reflect that transformation, ready to tackle every part of the business with confidence and strategic insight. As your coaching practice begins to take shape, it's crucial to also start building a solid operational foundation. And this is step 3 in our minimum viable setup. Deciding on your business's legal structure is first on the list. Many people get hung up on this, but the choice can be fairly straightforward. Primarily, you have 2 structures to consider: sole proprietorship, where you and your business are essentially one and the same, and corporation, where the business is a legal separate entity. There are other formats that you can choose from depending on where your business is located and registered, but they usually fall into one of these 2 camps. So here's a quick breakdown. In a sole proprietorship, any profit you make is usually taxed at the personal income. So if you make $100,000 and spend $25,000 on business expenses, you're taxed on the remaining 75% as if it were your personal income, whether you take it or leave it in your business account. In a corporation, only the salary you pay yourself is taxed as personal income, and any profits left in the business are taxed at a potentially lower corporate rate. Each structure has its pros and cons. For example, corporations typically offer more credibility and are easier to access for credit, but come with higher setup and maintenance costs. So proprietorships are simpler and cheaper to manage, but don't provide the same separation between personal and business finances. Either way, it's essential to consult with a tax or legal expert to choose the best structure for your goals. Now, as someone who started out as a sole proprietor and moved to a corporation after 4 years, I can tell you that it was not an easy switch, most notably because I had to set up brand new bookkeeping accounts and bank accounts for the corporation. Now, my intention has always been to grow my business to multiple 6 figures and to run a team, which means leaving money behind in the business bank accounts as a buffer. And this is textbook corporation behavior. In hindsight, I should have just gone with this from the setup, but I didn't, and then I had to change, and it was a lot of work. Next, you'll want to set up your business banking accounts. Keeping your business finances separate from your personal accounts is not only crucial for tax purposes, but also reinforces the mindset that you're running a legitimate business, not just a hobby. This separation simplifies your financial management and is a must for professional credibility. While we talked about you getting started with coaching sessions right off the bat, there are a few pieces that you'll want in place to help you manage this. And these make up the final pieces of your minimal viable setup. You'll need a simple coaching contract to ensure both you and your clients understand the terms of your services. You'll need a scheduling system to help you manage your appointments and a payment process to handle transactions. Tools like Calendly for scheduling and PayPal or Stripe for payments can get you started quickly and efficiently. And just like that, you're set to take on clients and begin your journey as a full-time coach. Now that I've outlined a really simple process for getting started in your coaching business, it's important to recognize that this is just the beginning. If you've been following our other vlogs, you'll know that there is a whole other level of business development that needs your attention, from email marketing to brand development, creating transformative programs, and pricing your offerings. The road to a successful coaching business is a continuous learning curve, and as an entrepreneur, your education never stops. However, a common trap many aspiring coaches fall into is feeling like they need to have everything perfectly in place before they can start. Every single detail mapped out, from their brand to their website. And while these elements are important for growth, they shouldn't stop you from taking the first step. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. This quote by Zig Ziglar is a powerful reminder that action is the only way to move forward. Start with what you have and where you are. Dive into coaching, begin to understand what resonates with you and your clients, and allow your niche to reveal itself through experience. As you grow more comfortable and gain more insight, you'll naturally begin to fill the gaps, refining your brand, sharpening your marketing skills and strategies, expanding your offerings. These will all come. So take the leap today, trust in the process, and focus on making progress, not achieving perfection right out of the gate. This is how you move into your next chapter, how you start to really feel the impact of your work, and how you begin to make a difference in the lives of others. So as we wrap up today's discussion on starting your coaching business, remember that the most important actions you can take right now are those that directly lead to getting those coaching appointments. Begin by simply telling people what you do, how you do it, and how it can benefit them. Engage in conversations, whether it's at networking events, during casual meetups, or even with your own social circles. In the early days, these personal interactions are invaluable. They will get you further, faster than relying solely on social media or email marketing. And while digital platforms are powerful tools that will play a crucial role in your growth, nothing beats the impact of personal connections when you're just starting out. You need to be your own biggest advocate, shouting from the rooftops about the incredible value you bring as a coach. So don't hesitate. Start those conversations today. Remember, every successful coach began somewhere. They started by taking one small step after another towards their goals. And now it's your turn. Take that first step, reach out to potential clients, and begin making a difference. Thank you for joining me today in this vlog. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and share this video with others who are on the brink of taking their first steps into the coaching world. Stay tuned for more insights on how you can grow and thrive in your coaching business.